Hello everybody, today I wanted to do a review of a fantastic video off of YouTube called The Strange World of Breatharianism from the spectacular YouTube channel Atrocity Guide. Atrocity Guide is a channel that makes documentaries that cover weird, obscure people, weird movements, and bizarre aspects of history that most people don't know. These documentaries are well edited and they're very, very informative. I put Atrocity Guide on my top 10 underrated YouTube channels video, and I'll put a link to that video and a link to this channel in the description below. I highly recommend you guys subscribe to this channel, Atrocity Guide. The reason why I wanted to specifically talk about the strange world of Breatharianism is because I have sort of an interest in the whole kind of cult, new age nonsense that's nowadays, the whole conspiracy theory movement and all that kind of stuff that's been going around, and this documentary is absolutely fascinating as it focuses on this fringe movement. The documentary starts off with talking about Navina Shine, who started a YouTube channel and was posting daily videos where she was trying to starve herself in an attempt to, I guess, train her body to feed off the energy of the universe and be able to survive without food or water. This is a sort of a basic simplified understanding of what Breatharianism is. These people believe that if we somehow meditate and train ourselves to, I guess, starve ourselves by stop eating food and train ourselves to sort of live off the light of the world or live off the light of the sun or the energy from the universe, we will reach the next state of enlightenment or some bullshit. I really don't know. It's absolutely stupid. And Navina Shine is used as sort of the framing device for the rest of the documentary as we learn more about her and how she learned about Breatharianism and how she got into the movement. So Breatharianism, I guess, has been around for a very long time. I'm not sure who founded it, but the person who really popularized it was back in the 1970s and 1980s was Wiley Brooks. And he, I guess, wrote a book and sort of went on to television shows and talked about Breatharianism, sort of promoted this movement. But it didn't last very long, as obviously it was found out that he was eating food. He would be going to 7-Elevens and you know, buying junk food and stuff, and he was found out and basically ostracized from the movement, and he, you know, went into obscurity. But the movement didn't die out completely. It was picked up by this lady named Jazz Moheen. I forgot her real name, but she started publishing books about Breatharianism and pranic energy and all that stupid shit, and she became popular by spreading these ideas, and she started sort of leading this movement and became sort of the most well-known leader of the movement of Breatharianism. In the documentary, we learn about that she actually was part of an experiment on 60 Minutes where they were trying to have her, you know, live without food and water for a couple days, and the experiment failed because a doctor told 60 Minutes that she was at risk of actually having to be hospitalized because of her high blood pressure due to the fact that she was starving and stuff. And there's been other people who have tried to pull this con on people that they could starve themselves, and there was this one guy in India who, I guess, under certain conditions in a hospital, didn't eat for a couple days, and the Indian doctors were convinced, hey, it was a success, even though later on it was looked further into and it was found out to be a total scam. And the movement today really has been growing online. There's been many people who have been spreading this bullshit information. There's this guy from Austria who made this documentary that kind of promoted the movement, gave it a lot more attention, and because of this he has gotten a lot of criticism, understandably, for, I guess, spreading the information about Breatharianism, really promoting it, this kind of stupid dipshit movement. And there's also been this couple who have been spreading the ideas of Breatharianism, and there's been other people who have been growing this online, especially on YouTube. I think there's a lady who has a YouTube channel talking about this. There's been a couple people, but for some reason, for I don't know how, morons have been sort of attracted to these ideas, and this movement has been growing online. The reason why I wanted to cover this video specifically is that even though it's talking about a fringe movement, you have to understand Breatharianism is a branch of spiritualism and New Age thinking. It became popularized in the 80s and the 90s with Wiley Brooks and Jazz Moheen, but there were also other stupid fucking movements that were coming out at that time of spiritualism and New Age shit, and I've encountered that down here in Austin, Texas, where I went to a meditation meetup and I met a guy who was leading these meditations and tried to model himself off the scam artist Tony Robbins. Many people, if you don't know about him, if you look into him, he's a self-help guru, and you can tell just by listening to his seminars, and half the shit he says is fucking stupid. It's basically bullshit. And these types of movements, it's quite incredible. These types of movements are growing, and they have a lot of followers. These aren't small movements, even at how insanely stupid their ideas are. They're growing, and that's kind of scary. That's kind of fucking scary, to be honest with you. And in the documentary, you know, we see people have died because of the fringe ideas. There was a person who in Switzerland who slipped into a coma and died. There was a person in, I believe, Scotland who tried to attempt this and they died. Their body was found in the moors in Scotland. I mean, it's incredible how people like this are so delusional and they're so brainwashed by this stupid shit that they are willing to kill themselves in an attempt to feed off the energy of the universe. And so I think this is a very important documentary that everybody needs to watch. I highly recommend it. I also highly recommend you guys watching videos off of Atrocity Guide. The one that I also would recommend is the man who lived in an airport for 18 years. That's a fantastic documentary, and I might do a review of that in the future. But with that said, please watch this video, and please subscribe to Atrocity Guide, as she makes more incredible short documentaries. I think it's important to learn about these sort of fringe movements and how that we should be able to use critical thinking in this world. And it's important to use critical thinking because there's many people who don't and will be involved in this type of stupid shit. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please like and subscribe to this video. I really would appreciate it. And please watch The Strange World of Breatharianism and subscribe to Atrocity Guide. I hope everybody has a wonderful day.